What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing a couple different things and we are pressed for time. You know what that means? No intro. So we are going straight into what we're going to do today and we're not going to waste any time. So this is what we're doing today. The C8 is going to have a little bit of a change done to the tire pressure monitoring system. We'll talk more about that in a second, but ultimately the big one is the C5 is finally getting its new wheels. So as we have here, the wheels are from Blaque Diamond, the tires are from Toyo. We are getting these mounted, balanced, and put on the car. And this is the big show here, guys. These wheels are finally here. The C5 is finally going to be brought up to 2021 spec. Yes. My 21, almost 22-year-old car is going to look brand new again. Those wheels really date this thing. And now we have some new ones coming from our friends over at Blaque Diamond. We'll talk a little bit more about the spec of these specific wheels here shortly, but we're gonna go ahead, open them up, get them ready for our friend Adam over at Go Mobile Tire. He's gonna be arriving here any minute. Once he's here, he's gonna mount and balance them on the C5 Corvette. We are gonna pull off the wheels on the C8 Corvette, change out the tire pressure monitoring system sensors on the wheels for a really interesting reason. So let's jump into that one first. So here it is. This is what we're doing with the C8 Corvette today. These are the tire pressure sensors for the C8. I went to my dealership and they told me specifically this was the part number I needed. It is 135-38760. I know there's a couple different part numbers listed for this car and this was the one that was specific for me. So apparently this varies based on what C8 you have or something along those lines. That's what I was told. So if you guys are looking for tire pressure sensors for your C8 Corvette, definitely check with your dealership and give them your VIN first. Now what we're doing with these is this. So yeah, you guys have probably heard me talk about this kind of stuff before. We obviously have a black wheel on the C8 Corvette, and because of that, we typically swap out the tire pressure sensor nut for a black one and the cap for a black one. But what that does is still leave a little bit of the silver sleeve exposed. Well, that is now fixed because you can actually purchase a kit, and of course I'll link it in the description down below, that gives you an entire black stem, black cap, and of course the black TPMS nut. So basically what that means is the entire thing is going to be black. So the only thing you're going to see sticking out of that wheel is black. These are really easy to swap out. I'm going to show you real quick how to swap one out. Hopefully I can do so before Adam arrives because like I said, we're going to jump into a bunch of different things today because after we get the C5 done and the C8 done, we're taking the C5 up to blackout tinting to hopefully have them give me a little bit of a checkup for the ceramic coating on the car. They are extremely busy though, so it would not surprise me if that part doesn't occur. But nonetheless, we want to drive this car after the new wheels are on it, so that's what we're doing. It seems to be pretty much fact that anybody buying a C8 right now is doing a couple mods right off the bat. One of them is new wheels. So if you guys are looking to switch out your wheels and get something a little different and you're sticking with a black wheel, this is definitely something you should look into. All you really have to do is just grab this little ring right here with the rubber washer right above it and just kind of pull, just kind of work it off the stem, and you'll just rock it back and forth, move it around a little bit, just like that. So eventually it will come off, and it does actually go over top of the cap. With that off, all you have to do is turn it upside down a little bit here and you can push the whole stem right through. Now with that stem out, we'll take the new black one, drop it in, and do the reverse of what we just did to secure this to the TPMS sensor. Put this back on first, and then lastly you're just going to take this rubber washer and just kind of jam it down onto that silver mounting nut there, and then there it is, all assembled and ready to go. Now while we were putting those things together, guys, as you can hear, Adam from Go Mobile Tires actually showed up, so we are about ready to get into business here. We're gonna go ahead and start unpacking the C5 wheels, but he is ultimately going to go ahead and start with the C8 stuff. So if you guys haven't checked him out before, here's his number, Go Mobile Tires. I've had him on the channel a couple different times. He literally comes to your house, does all the work for you, and then leaves you with a car looking fantastic. So very cool stuff. I know you guys may be asking, Justin, are you seriously pulling these wheels off this car just so you can change out the tire pressure sensor with a black stem? Yes and no. I am a little bit crazy, but I'm not quite that crazy. What we're doing today is actually putting tire pressure sensors in the aftermarket wheels. Now down in my shed, we actually have the stock wheels for the car, but I didn't want to take the sensors out of there just yet because I like the idea of having a spare set of wheels ready to go at the drop of a hat. So I kind of bought another set to go in here, and I figured why not try to make them as black as the wheels. So guys, I'm not going to show a whole lot of this process because it is not about the C8 today. It's actually about the C5. So Adam is in there now working on one of the C8 wheels. So while he's in there doing that, let's go ahead and open up some of these Blaque Diamond wheels and see what's going to bring that C5 up to date. Now you guys have already seen the design I was going to go with in the previous videos, and I calculated all the comments about what color I should make these, and we came up with a really cool color. So let's take a look. Before we continue, guys, leave your comment down below. Let me know what you think's in here. What color do you think won the internet debate? So I really love these wheels. I love the styling of them. You could have made these things any color and they would still look really awesome, but this is the color that won. Man, the suspense. I know, it's building. Here it is, guys. All right, so there it is. Yes. The brushed silver face is what won. Now, I'm actually kind of glad, but at the same time kind of disappointed, because I think that that car would look really cool with some bronze wheels, but at the same time, the wheels that are on there now are silver and it looks pretty good that way, so I think these are gonna look right at home. That is a 2000 C5 Corvette out there, and the tires that are actually on there are almost 12 years old, so you can imagine the noise and the ride comfort that those things provide, and it's not great. So I'm happy over the freaking moon to finally get some new tires on this thing, but also update the wheels to get this thing looking a little more like 2021. Here are these Blaque Diamond beauties, guys, all unboxed, all ready to go. The Toyo tires ready to go. Adam is now finishing up the C8 Corvette. Like I said, kind of crazy, but it's gonna look really cool. Something that I feel like they should come with. Between black TPMS sensor stems and black lug nuts, if you get black wheels, these are kind of things you need. Now, Adam obviously does have silver and black wheel weights in there as well. Both the C5 and the C8 will look fantastic when they're done here. I've trusted my wheels to this man a couple different times, and he has yet to disappoint. He also did the wheels on my C7 ZR1. Perfect, no scratches, no blemishes, no nothing negative to speak of. It was just done, and it was done fairly quickly. Onyx, say hi to the camera, Onyx. Say hi. Say hi. You're not gonna say hi? What are you doing? He doesn't know. He's excited. There's a couple Corvettes in the driveway. He's excited. So we're done with this. Tire pressure sensors are installed. The black stems are good to go. Other than the fact that my wheels are really, really freaking dirty, you can see that entire stem is black. So now this thing is finally reading pressure. It's not yelling at me every 10 minutes that there's something wrong with the tire pressure monitoring system. We are moving on to the C5 Corvette now. Right there's one of the wheels. He's going to go in there, start mounting the tires to the wheels, balancing them, getting the new tire pressure sensors in, and installing it on this 21, almost 22-year-old car, and it's going to make it look brand new again. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Is there a new guy in there? You're not sure what he's all about, huh? No? Look at him. You can barely even tell what he's all about. He just looks like a shadow running around. He's very intrigued with the new tire guy, though. He's not sure what to think. All right, guys, so one of the first wheels he's gonna do here is the front wheel on the C5. Yeah, so like I said, this whole operation is mobile, and it's pretty interesting. The care that goes into this is insane. So yeah, he's been in here for what, maybe 3 minutes. He's got the tire pressure sensor installed, the wheel on, airing up the tire. You're gonna have like 5 minutes in each wheel here. This guy's a master at his craft.
I saw it on YouTube once.
Yeah, gotta get them balanced before install. So like I said, guys, he does it all here. He mounts them, balances them, and puts them on the car. Two very, very different installations here today, guys. Obviously, we're okay with the silver wheel weights on the silver wheels. We got some chrome lug nuts for these silver wheels on the C5. Exactly the opposite of what I wanted to do with the C8. Everything had to be black on here. Everything's got to be chrome or silver on there. It just makes sense with the paint colors, I think. This is satin red with black accents, and this one over here is a fairly heavy metallic green. Anything chrome or silver looks right at home with this car, whereas it's not quite the same with the C8. What do you think, Onyx? Do you like the chrome? Do you like the black? Obviously, he likes the black. He's in there right now balancing, mounting the other front wheel, and for now we get to look at this one. That is going to look so freaking good on the two 2000 C5 Corvette. Guys, like I said, it's almost 22 years old. This thing's gonna bring it up to spec. It's gonna look so good. I can't wait to finally see this thing with some new wheels and really see what the C5 has to offer. Now, obviously, like I said before, guys, these wheels are really old, and so are the tires. The tires are like 12 years old. And because of that, the car doesn't ride the best, doesn't handle the best. I have a feeling this is gonna help bring it up to par, even as far as performance is concerned. I can't freaking wait, guys. These things look so freaking good. I love Blaque Diamond. They have really transformed the way that my cars look. I mean, the C8 is just a work of freaking art with these Blaque Diamond BDF 25 wheels. Now, of course, guys, I am going to go over all the specs of the C5 wheels once they're mounted, so stay tuned. If you're interested in doing something like this for your C5, I will give you all the specs of the tire sizes, the offsets, the size of the wheels, all that good stuff. Stick around. I will definitely give you that information. It definitely needs to get it washed, though. The car was very clean at one point. I'm hoping Blackout Tinting can help us out with that. Those things are vintage. Be careful with those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
These are worth big bucks. Right?
Oh boy, look at those things. Not bad. Looks like it's going to be pretty nicely in the fender. We had them adjust the offsets a little bit, make sure it was going to work out nicely. All right, guys, so we got the rear one mounted. He's working on the front one now. Yeah, I mean, these wheels look like they should have come on the car to begin with. Now, obviously, this wheel gap's going to close up a little bit. It's still jacked up in the air, but we'll take one final look once it's all done. All right, guys, so just like that, we are at Blackout Tinting. Like I said, I was going to come up here and hopefully have them clean the C5, and they did. So Blackout Tinting is actually the ones that expelled the front of the C5 and ceramic coated it with XPEL Fusion, but I wanted it to be clean for the final reveal because the car's been so dirty. The weather here in PA has been so hit or miss. Today's beautiful, but tomorrow's supposed to rain anyway, so yeah, enough talk, I know. Before I show you the wheels, there's one caveat I want you guys to understand. I wanted a very specific size for this car because I thought it would look the best, and it does look really great, but I have to kind of change something in order for the rear wheel center caps to fit. So with that said, here's the reveal. So check these things out, guys. This car looks absolutely fantastic with these new wheels on it. Like I said before, it kind of seems like something you would see in 2021. If they made this car currently, this would be somewhat of a factory option. Now, like I said, I told you I was going to tell you all of the specs on these wheels, and we are definitely going to get to that, but it's because of the offset that the rear wheel will not fit with that center cap until I have the axle stud grinded down a little bit. Now, that sounds a lot more involved and a lot more aggressive than what it actually is. That can be done really quick and really cheap, but I wanted a very specific amount of concavity, and as you can see there, it's definitely concave, and it looks awesome on this car. It literally de-ages this car by 10 to 15 years at least, maybe more. I mean, check that view out. That is just absolutely fantastic. So huge thank you to Blaque Diamond Wheels for providing these for me. They are absolutely fantastic. They have made some of the nicest styling on wheels that I've seen in a long time. These are the BD F18s. So on my C8, they are the BD F25s. These are the F18s. The front wheels are a plus 45 offset. The rear wheels are a plus 55 offset. Now, if you go with more of like a plus 50, you will be able to get around having that center cap not fit. But I didn't want to do that because then that also pushes the tire outside of the fender more. And I wanted a real flush fitment, and I wanted that extra concavity. Now, like I said, it's not a big deal. This is probably going to cost me about 50 bucks to get that knocked down a little bit, slap that center cap on, and we are good to go. This thing rides like a freaking dream now. The tires that were on here were about 12 years old, so they rode really rough and made a lot of road noise. These things, I feel like I'm in a Cadillac now. Now, a little bit more stats on the wheels. These are 8.5 inch up front and 9.5 inch in the rear. And then, of course, we have some Toyo proxies on here, the Sport All Seasons. And on the fronts, we have a 245 35 19. And then on the rears, we have a 275 35 19. These fit really nicely. They look really cool in the car. And I have driven this car with some snow on the ground, so having an all-season tire seems like a good idea to me. But they look really, really freaking awesome, and they ride really awesome. So, guys, just a little recap. 19 inches in the front, 19 inches in the rear, and this is a 9.5 inch wide wheel, plus 45 in the front and plus 55 in the rear as far as the offset goes. And if you get that same setup, you will have a setup that looks just like this one. I'll see if I can get you guys up close enough here where you can kind of see some of the detail in the brushed aluminum it's really cool. It's a really cool look. I really love the way it turned out. I am going to take this to a mechanic and have that axle nut grinded down a little bit so we can stick the center cap on. If I do that, I will include it in this video as well, but I'm thinking that's going to be a separate video of its own.
The next day.
All right, guys, and just like that, both rear wheels now have center caps. There wasn't a whole lot of work involved in it, but it's one of those things where if you have the tools, you could easily get it done within a couple minutes. And like I said, I don't have access to air tools or anything that would be necessary for this to happen. Luckily for me, my sister and her husband do, so I asked for their assistance here. This thing's looking gorgeous. I freaking love the C5. I love the look, and now I love it even more with these wheels. Guys, that's going to pretty much do it for today's video. So if you are in the area or looking for any kind of car situation like this, check out Accelerator Auto. That's their website, that's their phone number. It's run by my sister and her husband, so if you do come up, tell them Horsepower Obsessed sent you. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. I'm going to have loads of C5 Corvette content like this coming. You're not going to want to miss. And as always, guys, I will catch you in the next upload.